whether we were able to frame rules in 1980 in derogation of the existing law at that time.
My Lord, my honest answer would be no, if the law would have existed.
then
Because
the
this
rules-
is an exercise which has been
The
done.
rules
So
are
perhaps
subject-
one way to look at it would be that if you were to look at your rules in future, but then you would have to see whether the law provides for anything which is within the constitutional
No,
framework or
no,
not.
the
That's a very
question-
important
the-
question
the
which we
second
are
part is
missing out. Because
that
here, in fact, one of the other aspects that this committee is doing, it is preventing an access to the Supreme Court directly and preventing the Supreme Court from making an order.
This is the question. If the Parliament legislates, which is, as per your contention, in contradiction with that rules, it is the basis for striking down of the legislature's legislation.
Yes, if it is in conflict with the clear provisions, very simple provisions of the Constitution, it is a reason to strike it down.
If I may follow up on that, you see, the 1980 rules replaced the rules of 1956, the Supreme Court rules 1956. The Supreme Court rules of 1956 were existing law within the meaning of Article 268 when the present Constitution came into force on the 14th of August 1973. That is when the power of, or the jurisdiction, whatever you want to call it, if such jurisdiction exists, of Parliament to make a law came into being under Article 191. So there was no vacuum, there was no break. As soon as that power came into existence, there were already the Supreme Court rules in the field, the ones of 1956. So therefore there was a continuity perhaps. All that happened was that in 1980 those rules were changed. So if I may ask you my question in a slightly different form, could say in 1974, 1975, 1992, sorry, not 1990, say in 1973 or 1974, 1975, could Parliament have made a law under 191 repealing the Supreme Court rules of 1956?
No. No, absolutely no.
So the same, so the enabling aspect of it, the problem
The fundamental point that
I like your brevity.
Ji?
I said I like your brevity.
Learned Council.
You say yes,
Learned
no,
Council.
which we really appreciate.
Learned Council.
Are we concluded? Because I want to hear you say something more,
Learned
if you want to say something more.
Learned
The
Council.
Lordship would allow me, I have submitted, I am
Learned
still
Council.
answering the question, my Lord.
Learned
What
Council.
can I do?
I like your brevity.
Learned Council. This is a question for you and for all the councils.